I said to John, I'll do the welcome, but he's doing the farewell. And I must be honest, last time he did a farewell, he cried. There were genuine tears. Mike was there. He'll agree with me. So anything less than tears is really, you guys didn't do it for him. So we can only hope that there's as much emotion this time as there was last time. It may have been the fact we were going home, but it might also have been the giant box of presents that he got. That's what I'm looking for. That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It's your turn. You take it away.
Okay. Sorry, I got a little weepy there. But I did. Okay, wow. First, well, it's not the first Clarion convention since COVID, but it's the first one I've attended since COVID. And, well, I'm just tearing up, guys. It really is. No. It's been great. Getting to see everybody here has been just fantastic for me. We were staying out in Camps Bay, and then because we thought, well, there's no reason to really be at the hotel. There's a reason for us to be at the hotel. We ended up being here for the last 2 days, and it made a difference, I think, of us being here and being able to have dinner and all these post things that everybody does. And it's been really nice. It's been really nice for me. I hope it's been nice for everybody else, but it's been really nice for me. I'd like to recognize some people. If we could give a round of applause for all the presenters that we had, because I thought they were all great. And a big round of applause to Bruce for coordinating everything and scheduling the room. There's a lot of stuff that goes on when you put on a conference. And it's great to just show up and enjoy it all, but somebody makes it happen. So I think we should acknowledge Bruce. And there's something else I would like to do. Last CIDC, we had appreciation awards. And we had 3 people win the appreciation awards. One was Bob Zanier, one was Dave Harms, and one was Bruce Johnson. And I talked to Bruce about the appreciation awards, and he goes, "What's that?" And I said, "You won one. You're a winner of the appreciation award." And he was like, "I was." And I said, "You were." And I don't know if did you even find it? Did you find it in your office? Yeah, that's great. Okay. It's not a requirement to appreciate the appreciation award. He's got his bobbleheads, right. But it's I don't know if it's a tradition yet, but it's something that crosses my mind as a convention comes along. So I thought this convention that it's a Clarion Live thing, right? And since I make the decisions for Clarion Live, I just made a decision. We're going to give out a couple awards this time. Because there's people that we appreciate, right? And I think they should know about it, and so that's what we did. All right, so this year, there are 2 awards. And there are 2 awards because you get free shipping with 2 awards. And that's an important thing, right? So the first one goes to someone who has contributed, I think, a lot this year. They've contributed a lot over the years, but these last couple years, they've been contributing a lot more. They've been showing up at the open webinars. They've been showing up at the weekly webinars. They've been hosting their own webinar. Just kind of a busy guy, I don't know if you can guess. I don't even know why I don't just say who it is right up front, because, you could probably guess who it is. He goes on vacations, but he works on those vacations. And he always seems to be around when you need him. I've seen him helping people. I don't know. He's got a lot of patience. I like to help people as well, but sometimes it takes a lot of patience to help people, right? It just does. And Andy has always shown that. Some people ask a question, and I know I could answer that question, but Andy actually, he answers the question. in a very calm manner, and he's always very detailed and such. So this first award, appreciation award, is going to go to Andy Wilton. It's an actual real award, and it's really cool.
Wow. Got a lot to say? Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. What do they? Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Bit humbled, really. You don't do it for this. You do it for, I don't know, community. That's you guys. So yeah, it's just part and parcel, isn't it? If we all work together, we get something out of it all together. Cheers.
Andy? Clapping for you. Did you want some tears? Because I can.
No.
No? All right.
I'll see the credit card of Wendy afterwards. I'll
All right, fair enough. All right. Okay, so the second appreciation award goes to someone who always seems to be helpful and certainly has been an asset to Clarion Live because he contributes an awful lot, not just showing up but presenting a lot. Super knowledgeable guy, fun guy, someone I've known for a long time. And, of course, it's Mike Hansen. But I'll tell you a story about Mike Hansen from when I first met him. Because I don't know if you remember. I've told you the story before, Mike, but, Anyway, so Mike's this young kid showing up at the first Clarion conference that I went to. I think it was the first Clarion conference. And so I didn't know him. I didn't know anybody. I was just getting started in Clarion 2.0, and, I was just walking around and learning stuff. And they had a little vendor area, and you could walk around. It was pretty neat because you could walk around, and this guy's selling this and accounting and that and that and that. And so I'm walking by, and Mike Hansen's talking to a potential customer, I guess, one of the guys. And Mike's like, I guess it was model files then, right? Is that what it was? Yeah. And Mike's like, yeah. He says, I can write model files faster than anybody. And the guy says, I don't care if you write it fast. I just care that it works. So it's just, I don't know. That's just Mike. He's just like very excited about what he does, right? And that enthusiasm has carried on through the years, and it's carried on through Clarion Live. And we won't have a presenter, and we'll go, hey, Mike, can you make it Friday? And he goes, oh, yeah, absolutely, no problem. And the next thing you know, it's a 14-part series. It's just done. So I think with that, Mike, come on up. It's your fan.
Yay! Of course, all the webinars, there's always the one guy at the back. Thank you.
Turns out Dries is your big fan.
Dries is my, well, that's nice. I'm happy to hear that, Dries. Thank you, John. That looked very good in amongst all the bobbleheads. I have a bobblehead of me playing the piano, and along with everybody else in the Clarion Live gang, sitting on the windowsill so that whenever I'm pondering a question and lean back, I go, oh, there are my friends up there. So, thank you.
You earned it, Mike. You earned it. All right. No tears? There you go. So now there are 5 recipients of the Clarion Live Appreciation Award. I think it's a neat award to give out because people need to be recognized, I think, for the work that they do, and now they got something to take home with them. It's very cool. You're welcome. Let's see, what else? Bruce covered a lot at his kind of summary there. I would just like to say that there have been times when I have wondered if Clarion is the language to use, right? The thing about Clarion is that I'd like it. I'd like the way it's structured. It's easy for me to understand. I can go in and program and do all sorts of things. I can do simple things or I can do very complex things. But I understand the language. And that could just be because that's the language I learned. But I've looked at other things like C and C#, I don't even know, .NET, all those kinds of things, and they don't make sense to me. They just don't. And I assume that a lot of people program in Clarion because it makes sense to them, right? You know, you look at I don't know, .NET, and you have to put like curly brackets on the front and the end of everything. It's like, why do you have to do things like that? That's just dumb. Or you have to put a semicolon at the end of every line, and you know, JavaScript, all those things. They're not the language that I like to program in. I like to program in things that are simple, that make a lot of sense, and are logical. And I think when Bruce Barrington created Clarion, he did an amazing job. He really did. He had in his mind what I would have in my mind if I was going to make it, right? And I'm just going to guess that a lot of you are kind of the same way, yeah. So I will wonder though from time to time. Everybody's programming in .NET, or everybody's programming in Java. Everybody's doing this or this. Should I be learning that? I don't want to learn that. I don't want to. I want to stay with Clarion because that's what I like. But I look at people such as Bruce, such as Mike Hansen, guys who are, well, Andy, and other people in this room as well. Guys who know other languages, guys who have looked at other languages, guys who could program in any language they want, and they choose Clarion. And because of that, I stick with Clarion, because I figure if these guys who know more than I do about other languages are sticking with Clarion, then I'm going to stick with Clarion. I think we're super fortunate that they do, because that gives me some confidence to keep moving along. So that's my position. I just thought I'd share. Okay, so finally, I'll make a pitch for Clarion Live, because Clarion Live, and all the webinars for that matter, I enjoy going to all of them. I mean, I sit in an apartment by myself most of the day, programming, petting the cat, that kind of stuff. And the weekly webinars give me contact with other people with similar interests, and we learn something. Mike presents, Bruce presents, I present once in a while, and we all share what we know, right? So if you have presented on Clarion Live, could you please stand up? And that means Dries, that means Marco, that means Bruce, that means Sarah. Yep. So these are all the people here who have come on, taken their time, created presentations, and spent an hour or two or a lot more with you. So can we please appreciate all these people? Because they're great. We so appreciate our presenters, and I would encourage other people who are here, if you have something to share, please contact us, schedule a day, and share it. And that means either as a formal presentation on the Friday webinar, or in the open webinar, if you can just attend to either ask or answer questions. Because we don't have to answer all the questions, and a lot of times we don't. We'll find other people who know more than we do about a certain subject, and they'll come on and they'll help other people. So that's it. I'd like to see more new faces come on to present, and it's not hard. We're all friends there, and it's just like talking. Almost, yeah. It's just a conversation, you know. I don't imagine that there's 30, 40, 50, 100 people that are going to view it. I just talk to Mike. I just talk to Bruce. All right? So do that for me, please. And I think that's all I got. I can't think of much else. Appreciate everybody coming. I think this is the farewell. Oh, wait, yes.
What about a hand for both John and Mary? Look at what they've done here, and also bringing the...
We can't hear you, Andy.
Yeah, I think we're missing somebody here, two people. Bruce has obviously done so much organising and, you know, been the feet on the ground, but John's brought a whole studio with him from CNN, so they want that back come Monday. So, you know, let's give these a good round of applause as well. It does say property of CNN.
Thanks, Andy. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Oh, no, I have real tears. No, they're just water tears. All right. I appreciate that. I really do. I mean, but I appreciate everybody else here, too. And with that, that's the farewell. Bruce, unless you want to say anything else, you're done? We're done. Thanks, everybody. Travel safely. Hope to see you again, maybe in Florida next year. So, bye.